Hi, I'm Stephen Chobo, the Federal Member for Moncrieff. I wanted to speak to you briefly about this year's Federal Coalition budget. It's a budget that is firmly focused on providing security, opportunity and fairness. A budget that reflects the fact that Australians expect to have a fair go. It's a budget that sees all Australians coming together to make sure important national initiatives like the National Disability Insurance Scheme are covered off. It's also a budget that provides for Australian families, changes that we're making around childcare and support for Aussie families to make it easier to meet the cost of living. Likewise, in making sure that we meet the cost of living, we're providing support to senior Australians with one-off payments of $75 and $125 for singles and couples in terms of aged pensioners. It's also a budget that sees continued investment in the Gold Coast. I'm particularly pleased that we've provided the money for the widening of the M1, and of course we continue to provide record funding for Australia's tourism agency, Tourism Australia. Tourism is our city's single biggest industry. It's a big employer, and I want to make sure that we have the best opportunity to keep creating the right environment for Gold Coasters to get jobs. Likewise, the Gold Coast is Australia's small business capital, and that's why I'm so pleased that as a government we've been able to continue for another year the $20,000 instant asset write-off, as well as of course the tax cuts that we're giving to those small businesses across the coast. So on every level, you're continuing to see investment by the Federal Coalition. We announced, of course, our new schools funding package, which sees record funding flowing into Gold Coast schools to make sure that the next generation of Gold Coast kids have the best possible opportunity for a great education. We've invested in legacy infrastructure around the Commonwealth Games, whether it's the new Aquatic Centre, Metricon Stadium or the new buildings around Metricon Stadium. These are facilities that Gold Coast kids will be able to use for decades, and they're going to make a real difference to our city. So the Gold Coast has bright days ahead of it. You're backed in by the Federal Coalition. This is a strong budget that makes it easier for senior Australians, for Gold Coast families, for singles to be able to meet their cost of living pressures, but most importantly, it's a budget that delivers for small business, creates economic growth, and will help to make sure that our city enjoys job opportunities into the future.